Here are the instructions for your in-class test. I've got a finished example here on the screen right now, so I'm just going to kind of go through it all, and this is exactly what I'm wanting you to hand in at the end of the class. Let me just start maybe over on this other file called the starter file. This is what you'll have downloaded from my website, and you'll start with this file, which actually comes with two layers already. I've got the top layer called Vader, and if I hide that, I've got a layer beneath it called Desert. Okay, so I'm giving you that as your starter file. Immediately do a save as with your last name underscore test.psd and then start working from there. Okay, so I'm going to bounce over to the finished product over here. So what I want you to do is I want you to isolate Vader. Let me actually hide these other layers for now. Okay, so I'd like you to create with the pen tool on a path that will go all around Darth Vader and isolate him from the background, including the lightsaber. Let me go over to paths and just highlight it right there. Okay, so I recommend start going to your path palette, start a new path, then go to the pen tool, and then start to draw. You're going to need to zoom in and out to work on this for detail, okay? Accuracy is going to be rated. So again, with the pen tool in the path palette, draw a line around Vader as smooth and as accurately as you can. When that is done, you'll make a selection out of that path that you just created, and with the active selection over in your layers, I'll have you create a layer mask, and that's what will make the background invisible, and it will ultimately show these other layers below. Okay, the last thing on that layer I'd like you to do is to actually include a drop shadow using the effects. Now the next thing I'll have you do is create a new layer above and colorize the pants and the top part of the suit that match the pants. And create that on a separate layer. Call it Vader color. And then once you're done that, come down and turn the desert on. And I'm just going to hide this right now. It'll start like that. I'd like you to isolate the sky and create a layer mask as you see it here so that the sky is hidden ultimately with a layer mask. And that will allow this bottom layer to show through. So I'll turn that on now. And you will have to create a new layer for this. And just use your gradient tool to create a radial gradient starting from a yellow going to an orange color. And then up here I've got a layer called Sun Glow, and you'll also have to create a new layer for that. We'll turn that on, and I want you to use your selection tool, use your oval selection tool to create a circle and fill it with a radial gradient going from virtually white to a medium yellow. Then, using your effects, apply an outer glow to it to create that sunshine. All right. And finally, with our text, let's go up here. The force is strong with this one. I'd like you to type that in on a line that you will create with the pen tool. So create the line first. Try to follow the shape of the cape. And then with your text tool, add the force is strong with this one. And last but not least, create a text area at the bottom. Down here, if I highlight it, a text area at the bottom. It's like a text box. And put your full name in here. Make it big enough so that it will stack. All right, first name, last name, inside of a text box down in the bottom left corner. Once you've completed that, just hand in that PSD file on Canvas. And that's your in-class test.